There you go. Come on. We have some celebrities here.
Oh, come on.
Mark as well. Give a round of applause. Yianni's here. We've got everybody here. We've got Bobbie Pryor here.
Bobbie's here.
And we've got Paul Cowland here. Right.
Great to see you.
I think it's important to see.
Oh, hold on. He has got some friends after.
Hi, mate. How you doing? Lovely to meet you. Right there, guys. Welcome to the show. I don't quite know what it is yet, but I'm going to work my way down the line and have a chat to all of you, if that's all right. I'm going to start with Yianni, because Yianni, I've been watching you on TikTok a lot. I love your videos. Everybody knows Yianni.
Thank you.
Started in the rapping world. You've moved away from that, Yianni. Let's talk about your life at the moment, man. What are you doing between here and Dubai, right?
So people think I'm moving to Dubai. However, I did do a video on Cyprus, where I'm from. So I'll be going to Dubai a lot, but I'll be based out of Cyprus.
Okay, right. How has your life changed recently? You're a fascinating man. You've made massive success of what you've done. You're loved globally, very well known. You are what is officially called an influencer. Every time I look at one of your videos, it has a something M after it, which means millions. We've only ever seen the odd zero every now and again. I think we're like 10.
Yeah, that's
12 things or whatever.
Oh, you know, we count it sometimes in the tens.
Yianni, I want to go through your life very briefly, because you are a definition of somebody who is proof that you can make it from any background, from ever. You just put the hard work in, as is all of you guys down here. But let's start talking about your life. You grew up in Cyprus, right?
No, I grew up in Wembley.
Did you grow up in Wembley?
Northwest London.
Good start. You see, good start to the interview. It's good to get it off.
Do your research. Get the background.
I'm glad you've done your research.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my research is I do none, because none of the people here have as well. So we start from the basic point of like where everybody else is. So right, you grew up in. So Yianni, am I right in thinking you grew up in Wembley?
Correct.
Right, but
he's good, isn't he? He's good.
In television, you can cut that bit out, you see, and make it look like I got it right from the beginning, like they do on Car SOS. Right, yeah, let's go through it basically. So, grew up in Wembley.
Grew up in Wembley, went to a school called St. Greg's.
Yeah.
Didn't do very well at school at all. Failed in everything bar drama. Surprise, surprise.
Would you change that at all?
No.
Would you not? That's interesting, isn't it, for a start?
I didn't really like school. School was not something that I enjoyed, and this is something that I always try and explain to people that follow me, especially the younger audience. I'm not saying you don't need school, because of course you do. Luckily I was good at maths. Yeah. But I always say to people, if you get maths and English, the rest is there or thereabouts, depending on what you want to do in your career.
Okay.
But what's changed over the years is, and obviously me and Mark can probably relate to this, is when we were at school, what did you want to be? I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a football player. I want to be, I don't know, a doctor.
Yeah.
What do you want to be now? I want to be famous. I want to be rich. I want to be a YouTuber. Which is weird, because I am a YouTuber, but I am a businessman. I am an entrepreneur. The famous thing, I hate when people say they want to be famous, because being famous is not what you think it is. Okay, and also, being an influencer is not what you think it is. People look at the likes of KSI and, oh, they're making millions. I can make millions. It's not easy. It's it's a lot of hard work, especially when, again, I use Mark as an example. We have businesses. We're not your typical influencers or YouTubers. Yeah. We have businesses that sustain our lifestyle, and YouTube is an add-on. So I always say to people, have a business or a job, and have YouTube as a side business until it can make you enough money to survive.
So anyone out here is thinking, I want to be a YouTuber or an influencer, you would say, okay, that comes secondary to your business. And is it the business that will make you famous, and then you become a YouTuber and a TikToker or whatever it is? I mean, is in your mind, is the money, being able to put food on the table, the single most important thing?
So I did it backwards. So I had a business, I then made money, and then I became famous with YouTube and the TV show. And
is that because you had safety from the business, though?
It's because it was the way I'd done it. If you look nowadays, you have things like Love Island, you have, remember, The Only Way is Essex. The problem, and this is not me knocking The Only Way is Essex people, but a lot of them became very famous very, very quickly. They made money, they then set up a business, and what happened? Their businesses failed. Why? Because they've got no experience, and they think, because they've been famous for a little period, people are going to continue coming to their shop or buying their product. It doesn't work like that. And that is, it's a big, big lesson there. So try and do it the other way.
Because a lot of people will want to do what you do. I mean, when I see your videos, we see you flashing around in some pretty nice cars, as with Mark as well. But I know you're right in saying that you guys both have businesses first, right? So from here, where do you see yourself going? I mean, where do you want to be? Because I see influencers and I see people doing these things, and I think, can you sustain this? Like, Fuzz and I have done, 14 years with Car SOS. Before that, 20 years for me in radio and TV and other stuff. So for me, it's been broadcasting all my life. And I see a lot of these obsession with becoming famous. And now there is a platform for doing it with Instagram and TikTok and this and the other. But I just wonder, in 40 years' time, do you still see yourself doing something online? Do you still see yourself doing that stuff? Because you've done TV as well.
I hope to still be alive in 40 years' time. But I'm fortunate that I've done TV. So when, obviously, the days of being famous, you're a boxer, you're a football player, you're a real celebrity. Someone, they said, oh, you're famous for having a YouTube channel. I find that weird. I'm fortunate enough that because I had a TV show, I feel like I've got a bit more, I had a TV show, I've got something to hold on to. But social media is very strange. It's very, very weird. It's very, very difficult out there, and it's getting harder by the day. Do not rely on social media.
Right.
I'm fortunate enough now that I'm in a position that I can handpick what I want to do. If I want to come to an event, or if I want to shoot a YouTube video, if I want to work with another influencer or another YouTuber, I can do. I'm not dictated by the money.
How obsessional are you over it? How obsessional have you ever been with it? Because the reason for answering is, 3 years ago I never heard of TikTok. I don't do any social media, purely because I've lived my life previously on the radio and other TV shows. That's been enough. The industry's had enough of me, so I don't want to do any more. So I've shut off from it. But then I discovered TikTok, and I find myself doing that at night for 2 hours, and I choose that when it's 1 a.m. over sleep, and I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and it concerns me to a point where I'm like, I'm deleting that app.
When we get a 1 million view video or a 2 million view, we're like, okay, nice. We don't need it. But if it does 100,000, we're like, damn, it didn't land. Why didn't it land? And we're not desperate for the views, but if you're putting in a lot of time and effort and money, because sometimes the money we spend making a video, we don't make that back on ad revenue or brand deals. So sometimes you lose, but it's more for the audience and trying to give back. So I've got 4 different areas of people that will know me from, which I'm lucky. A lot of people just have the YouTube or just have Instagram or just have TikTok. So I've tried to brand myself out differently, but I handpick who I want to work. I love Mark, and I always talk about Mark, and he's one of my favourite people, him and Jane, his wife. And I'll always work with Mark, and I'll always do stuff, but I don't work with everyone because the industry's weird and people are strange.
Do you hate it?
Yeah, tell me.
Do you love it and hate it?
It is a love-hate. It is a love-hate. But
what's the worst thing about it? What's your biggest insecurity? Be honest, forget the people age, talk to me.
I wouldn't say it's an insecurity, but people are not nice and people are fake. People will come up to your face, they'll be like, Yianni, you're amazing, oh my God, you're fantastic. Before I even turn my back, they're like, oh, he's a such and such, and I'm like, why did you come up to me? And people online will, and I'm quite good with things, people online will be like, you're this and you're that, you're the other. When they see me at the show, they're the first person to come and say, can I have a picture? Why? I'd rather you just come and say, yeah, I don't really like you, I don't like your content. No problem at all. But don't be fake. People are so fake, and when you go to Mark, he'll tell you. He knows as well.
Really?
The industry is brutal, isn't it, Mark? It's, as I said, people will come up to your face and they will smile, but they're not happy, they don't like you.
I mean, in terms of your viewing figures, I saw a video you had the other day on TikTok, and it was tens of millions. It was something ridiculous. What's it feel like when you hit like that? I mean, that's not me, with all respect, it's not, I've decided for me personally, that's not what, it's great. It's what you guys are into. It doesn't impress me. It's not one of the things I've chased personally. But I'm interested in the psychology of what it feels like when you know so many millions of people have watched this one little video you filmed yourself, put out there, and it's just blown up.
Listen, because I'm fortunate I've been doing it for a long time, it's a bit different now. Back in the day, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And again, you have to put things into perspective. Because I've had videos that have done millions of views. When a video does, let's say it's a low video, it does 150,000. And I'm like, damn, it only done 150,000. When you put it into perspective, that's like 2 Wembley stadiums watching your video. And it's like, hold on a minute, that's a lot of people. So sometimes we can be spoiled with the amount of views we've had. I do like it, I do enjoy it, but I want people to enjoy the content. As I said, I'm fortunate enough, I can do what I want to do. I can handpick what I want to do. If I want to film with Mark, or I want to film with an individual, shoot with a brand, I can do. Money won't dictate what I want to do. A lot of people said to me, we're really enjoying your videos, that you're moving abroad and the new content.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm really enjoying, and showing a different side to me.
Guilty pleasure, something you do that we don't know about you.
There you go. And everyone knows me for the car rapper world.
No, but what do you do? Do you play Lego? Do you eat too many sweets? What do you do? Do you like pancakes on a Sunday morning? Do you
biscuit?
Do you fold or do you scrunch?
Usually, I eat biscuits like they're crisps.
Do you really?
But I haven't actually had no sugar in 11 days, which is quite mad for me.
Right.
That's like my drug. Besides from that, I love cars. I'm a car guy. I'll always love cars. I'm just enjoying my life. I'm just fortunate enough that I'm in a really good position. I'm surrounded by really good people.
So you've got a young guy, like the central seat, so you've got a young guy want to come and get behind you, and he's like, listen, I want to be like you. I want to do what you've done. What advice would you give to a 12, 13, 14-year-old lad who wants to be and doesn't see the businesses, sees the fame, wants the fame? What would you say? You've got him by the shoulders and you're saying, listen, what are you saying?
Don't look for the fame, don't look at the money. Enjoy what you're doing. I promise you, if you enjoy what you're doing, the fame and the money will come. But the fame is a byproduct. You don't want the fame. The fame doesn't make you rich. I've got a lot of my friends that are famous. They've got bigger followers than me. They've got no money.
Right, stop there. Let's talk about that then for a minute. So when you see a 10 million views on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, in the real world, I know there are so many videos out there go, oh God, I got this, I got that. And we assume it's a misconception that you get 100 grand, 150 grand, 200 grand from whatever it is. What sort of money do you get? If we did a 1-minute video here now, I put it up on TikTok and it had 10 million views, what sort of money would Fuzz, the account holder, be taking home?
Let me just do a quick calculation. So Million will bring that.
He's good at maths, this guy. I remember he said he was good at maths.
It could bring you in around £4,000.
4,000.
10 million views.
Right.
But to do a 10 million view, and it's got to be over 1 minute, remember, yeah?
Right.
If it's less than 1 minute, you don't get paid.
It's zero.
I've done a video that done 25 million views, never got paid because it was 50-something seconds.
Right.
So, you can, listen, YouTube video, 1 million views will bring in what? 5 grand on average? So 1 million views on YouTube bring in 5 grand on average. Do you know how difficult it is to get 1 million views on YouTube? And it's not, and people look at their subscribers, I want to have 1 million subscribers. No, chase the views.
Right.
You want the views.
So you get your 5 grand, you're paying your tax on it, your national insurance, you whatever, if you put it through the company.
Your cameraman, your equipment,
yeah,
your travelling expenses.
Right.
That
So let's
grand
just work it
quick.
So the next question then is, so saying 5 grand for that 1 million view advert or whatever, promote or whatever it's called, viral, how much do you think to sustain, it's an interesting question this, to sustain a fairly well-off life in this country, forget Dubai, how much money do you think, I'm going to ask Mark this as well, how much money do you think you need to make to have a comfortable life? Because the point I'm making is, and it's interesting, you guys are saying you need to get a job first, and I've never thought about that before, because so many people chase being an influencer, but I completely agree, because with a job and a career and some skills, you can get 45 years from that. Fuzz is a mechanic. If Car SOS ends, he can go to fixing cars until he wants to retire. You guys can keep your business going until you want to retire. But the reality is, if you don't do that, if you just become somebody who makes money from views, how much money do you think you need a year?
The trouble is, 1 million views, I don't think you can make money. Like, I don't think you could, because 1 million views is, to get that every week is pretty much impossible. You'll have a banger and you'll get 1 million views, but doing this, like, what it's so right what Yianni says is, unless you've got something backing it up, to get to 1 million views a video, you've got to put 2-3 years of grafting, and every video of ours cost me money, and I was working hard and just spending all my money making YouTube videos, and now we've turned that round a little bit, but I haven't got my money back from when I started, and we're getting 1 million, you know, probably 1 million views a video.
Right, this is really interesting. So the people who are chasing the fame and chasing the views, it's costing you money. And if it wasn't for your businesses, you wouldn't have the money to be able to fund that in the first place.
100%. Like Yianni will say, brand deals is what keeps us all going. Without brand deals, and you know, if you are a brand, unfortunately, there is really nowhere else to advertise now. You know, it's YouTube is the place people advertise. They don't do it on the telly now. You don't do it in the papers.
And are you seeing it change? Are you seeing the industry change? You know, if you went back 5 years ago, it'd be easy to make the money. Are you seeing more competition, less brands coming in, or more? Where's it at? Is the industry on the decline or on the incline?
People work for next to nothing now. So they're happy to do stories and a post for £500. I personally wouldn't do that. It's not that I think I'm too big, it's just that my social media is big enough and I know my audience. Me and Mark have a very good audience. If you compare us, again, I always use KSI as the examples. KSI is the benchmark. KSI's got many more millions subscribers than me and Mark have. However, his audience is very different. Our audience is a car audience. Our audience spend money. They're more adults and they're renowned for spending money. Like, we've got businesses, and I'm in the car industry. KSI is a lot younger. They're kids. They're not going to go and spend with the brands. So the brands now have to handpick who they want to work with.
Right.
So it's a great industry to be in, but you've got to establish yourself as a good, clean brand. I keep my brand very, very clean, and so does Mark.
It's a very interesting message that you guys are communicating here, which is, it's for fun. You're doing this for fun. You've made it, Mark. I mean, before you started going online, you'd made it, man. I mean, in most people's eyes, you had the cars, you had the house, this has been a bit of fun for you. So you're in a safe position, as is Yianni. So for me, the take-home message from this is, go to school, don't go to school, whatever, start a business, earn some money, and then think about becoming an influencer. I think that's the way to go, because what scares me, I had a conversation with a guy who is an influencer, or started to become an influencer, and he was saying, I've got a brand deal, I've just picked up a $100,000 brand deal, I've got 6 months, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, okay, but what about the next 40 years of your life? As you age, as the industry changes, they won't want you because you're getting older and stuff. So I think the message is clear, isn't it? Do something else first.
Yeah, and I think where YouTube shines is the opportunity it gives you, where you go. Like, I got invited to the F1, and I'm in this house with like Lando Norris. Like, money can't buy that, and that's what makes it so special. And I just want to give a bit of appreciation back to this man. I remember 2 years ago, sat on this stage, and I was shaking. And he noticed that, and he put his hand on my knee. I'll never forget this, and he went, I got you, bro. And I didn't even know the man then. And that's how special this guy is.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
That's the sort of people you meet. And we've got really good friends, an audience as well. Like, this is how you've got to understand it, is when there's an actor's playing a part. And you get to know that actor, but it's not the real person. And you've got a footballer, you look up to them, but you don't know that person unless there's a Netflix documentary. Our audience think that they know us, they do know us. It's such a special place because they get to see the real us, the live. So that's why there's such a connection, because they understand us. They know our dogs' names, they know our wives' names, our kids' names, and we're all appreciative of the opportunity it brings us. And then we're sat on the stage with people. We go out there and people on the photo with a 50-year-old man. It blows my mind, like, to this day now.
60-year-old man. And he doesn't look, does he?
Hold on, come on. A bit higher. Look,
67.
Okay, so
61 and a half.
Yeah. So Bobbie, what are you watching? If we're going down a YouTube rabbit hole now, where would you head?
Well, first of all, also from my perspective, I listen to these guys and I look at people's social media. I am rubbish at getting it done. I'll do stuff. From my point of view, my Insta is my CV.
It's your CV?
Yeah, it's just enough work to show I've done this, and also, because I'm a broadcaster, just enough of all the personal things I like to do. I love classic cars. I love circuses, that's part of my upbringing. So circuses, classic cars, and country music. So basically it's a catch for the things I love.
Right.
And if you have an audience, because I have a Radio 2 audience, if they hear what they like and they want to know more about you, there's a catchment to find out more about you. And then I pick up a country music clientele that we share, that I meet with, that community. Classic cars, of course, that's why I'm here. And you just remarked on something, so, and I don't want to go off piste here, but I worked for nothing and picked fruit when I was a teenager so that I could go to work for free at a radio station. Those opportunities are not around for people, but I still worked for nothing to learn my trade for 18 months. And then I left radio about 6 years later when it changed, and I was thinking, I'm 27, I used to have a radio career, and now I've got to start again. So,
well, let me just interrupt.
Yeah.
You see what she said there? You've put the graft in.
Yeah.
People don't put the graft in, they're lazy.
So the word I want to come back to is I earn my way, I don't buy my way. And that's, I'm not in this man's position or in this man's position, but what I would say is I've earned my way into fabulous things that I couldn't buy either.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Round of applause for that, because I really like that. I thought that.
Yeah, totally.
That's really nice.
I'm not as lucky as these two.
On that point,
But I'm still lucky.
I remember watching an interview with Jim Carrey, who was on the stage getting another Golden Globe, and he made a really poignant point when he went up there and he took the mick a bit and he was like, if only I could just have one more Golden Globe, if I could just have 3 instead of 2. And you've seen that, and that's so powerful, because my question, Yianni, to you is, when you've got the cars, Mark, when you've got the McLarens, whatever it is, when you get that car, is it ever enough? The point being, I've got some nice cars, and when I've achieved them, I go, I wasn't expecting it to feel so dull. It's like, you expect it's gonna, you get the car, you think, like, oh, if only I can get that 911 turbo, and you get it, and you go, is this it?
I'm going to come in there because I love Constant Caprice, and I just, a couple of years ago, bought my 3rd one. So you have life quakes where you go, okay, suddenly your life hasn't worked out quite how you wanted, so classic cars go, or they get stolen, I've had that, and you end up in a Citroen ZX Reflex, living with your dad at 20, I know, that started my Peugeot obsession. But you end up in uni at 29, starting again. It's really important that I've started again many times and went and did a drama degree, went into TV. I didn't like the energy around TV, and I thought I would because I came from a radio background. Went into film, had a fabulous 5-year career as an assistant director in film, and I'm going to tell everyone this. I got 3 prolapse discs from carrying camera boxes that I shouldn't have been carrying. That laid me on the floor at 34, and I just went, I am 34, single and freelance. And this happened. This is the brilliant of the universe is I got a phone call from 5 Live Radio that said, you did a pilot for Fighting Talk, which I did for a friend. Could you come and read the travel news for us? And I could barely walk. And those are the things that have saved me as well. So by doing the graft, by never being too proud to work, and also I've been up and down, I've had fabulous jobs, but I've also, the travel has been the consistent that's allowed me the freedom. So I've read travel news and been a public service broadcaster, which has allowed me to deviate off piece to do all the lovely things I love. And that hasn't really been about money, it's been about building relationships with people and having some integrity, because I think that's actually what these guys are talking about. They have an integrity in building something they love that then allows for something else to happen.
Yeah. What's the single most important thing in your life, Yianni? Quick answer, don't think about it. What's your answer?
Do you know what? I think for me, do you know, like you said about, is it enough and you get that car? And this is going to sound really cringy, but it's so right. If you've got, the most important thing for me in life is my health, my family, my wife, my daughter. And any of those cars are amazing, but it's nothing compared to love, is it? And
it's not, is it?
And that is like, and it's such a thing that's the most important thing.
I know, I need to put it out here. I don't have the love these have. And he's right. If you have a family that you love to look after, I still say that's the most important thing, because everything else will let you down. Maybe your family will let you down, but the industry will certainly let you down. I think the fame will definitely let you down.
Family, listen, family's the obvious, that's the go-to, it's the tick box, yeah? But you have to be happy. Look at this man. Bumblebee, how you doing? Okay, listen, I want to see, can you convert into a car for me, please, into the Beetle?
That would be great, wouldn't it?
That's Bumblebee, by the way. You like the P1? That's Mark McCann. I haven't got that money. That's Mark's money.
Go on, Yianni, what were you saying, man?
See you, Bumblebee. Going back, listen, family is always the tick box. I get that, but you have to be happy in yourself, because you can't be happy for your family and you can't help others. I like to help others. I love to give back. I'm an ambassador for Raise the Sunshine. I grant wishes to terminally ill children, which you can't buy that. The feeling is insane, and I've had many children, God rest, that have passed away after I've done their wish. You've got to be happy in yourself before you can give back to others. And I truly believe that's so important, because people are not happy in themselves, that they portray happiness on a camera, on a screen. There's times where me and Mark will have to go on camera or I have to film. I've just had an argument, or someone just passed away, and I've still got to portray this personality on stage, but deep down I'm upset or I'm sad.
Yeah.
You've got
the old adage, I'm talking about happiness of yourself, but the old adage of, money can't buy happiness. Would you agree with that wholeheartedly? Do you think there's any truth in that?
The problem is that's such an old saying now, and money does buy happiness. And people say, well, it doesn't buy your health. Of course it does, because it buys you the best doctors, it buys you the best health care, the best healthcare. Of course it does. So there is a balance to it, and there is a truth to it, but it does. Listen, would you rather be rich or poor? You'd rather be rich. But being famous, I used to be known, I would go to a restaurant. I'll tell you a real quick story. I used to go to a restaurant and I'd sit there with whoever I was with. People, and a football player would come, Yianni, give me a hug. A musician would come in, Yianni, an actor, Yianni. And the other people at the table would look and be like, why is everyone saying hello to that guy? So no one knew who I was, all the celebrities. So I was famous amongst famous people. So if you were famous, you knew who I was. I loved that person. It was much better than being famous. Listen, I'll always take time, I always do pictures, these little, I always, but it was quite nice to be famous just amongst your peers. But
that's interesting. Yeah. So if you could go back to a certain time in your life, is that where you were? Are you happiest? You had money? You're
under less stress and pressure. People feel that you owe them. So people are, well, I made you, I watch your YouTube, but you didn't make me rich. you may be famous for watching my stuff, but I made my money through my business.
That's interesting.
Fame became a part of it.
Fame is a strange thing. I've been in bands in the 1980s and 90s kind of thing. And it's like it's all happening. Then suddenly you're outside. It's hold on, I'm outside again. Oh, right, and nothing's happening. We're not in the charts anymore because Oasis have come in. And it's like Brit. Oh right, okay. Then hey, we've hit on another rich vein of ideas. I mean, Bentley Rhythm Ace, everything's fun, and then everything's going on, and then it's sort of like, I'll go through that door. Oh, I'm outside again, and it's all like that sort of thing. I mean, and it's the same with TV shows, and I've been a journo and stuff like that. All those kinds of things have gone on. Paul, you've been on loads of TV shows. You're sort of like. You're in businesses, you have loads of different businesses. I mean, you are Uber car salesperson, aren't you? You've been in that, your family have been in that for years.
Yeah, well, that's where it all started, selling cars. And I think, like you said, it's always good to have a trade to go back to. If it all goes tilt tomorrow, I'll just go back and sell cars again. I enjoy it. I love
security.
Yeah. And TV's lovely. I fell into TV. I never set out to go into television. And it's just a bonus, isn't it? Every day that you work doing something you enjoy is a bonus. And the thing to do is if you've got something to fall back on, when it stops or if it becomes less prevalent, you just do that instead.
Don't be scared to sort of like be the person. Hey, well, didn't I see you on TV the other week? Yeah, you did, but now I'm fixing this car, or I'm selling this thing in the shop.
Where are we at in the classic car world? At the moment, I'm seeing cars come up and sit there, go through auctions at stupid money, not making reserves all over the place. What's going on?
I think what happened during COVID is obviously everybody needed a hobby. Everybody needed something to do. And classic cars was a great way to fill it. A lot of people were furloughed. A lot of people had almost their full wage and not too much to spend it on.
Yeah.
Classic cars were a great way to fill that gap. And then, of course, what happened is prices went up because of supply and demand. And that's just correcting itself now. What's lovely is, and Fuzz will vouch for this, is everything's coming down pretty much. Fast forwards are still quite good, but 50 stuff, 60 stuff, early 70 stuff, there's less buyers for it because they're older, they've already got one, God forbid they're dying off. And it just means there's a lot of really nice stuff, like particularly the era of cars at Fuzz, like they're for nothing now, mate, aren't they?
Yeah. We were in Blackpool filming a piece of Car SOS. We went out in an old special, a 1930 special, and this young lad was like, I was like, mate, come on, be honest with me, why did you get into cars in the first place? And he went, no. And I went, no, stop messing around, just cut to it. Forget the cameras, just talk to me. He went, all right, to get me a girl. I don't think I'll get a girl. Girls like cars is what he said. So I was like, listen, get in this little special, we'll drive down, it's a 1930s convertible thing, we drove down Blackpool, the promenade there, down the pier, towards the pier, and he got more attention, and he stopped at the end, and he's like, I cannot believe it. I've met so many women who are waving at it. I'm like, this is kind of, when you go out with Fuzz, we went out the other day and you're all
the fact that I have a lot of vintage cars is not because I'm trying to get chatted up.
No, he's very happy.
Says the man with 7 wives.
Yeah. I think he's happy with his most recent one. But that's the thing about old cars in general, isn't it? And I think because we can't speed anymore, there's speed cameras everywhere, you can't drive above 70 miles an hour. There's no point really having a supercar, because unless you go on track, you can't drive it. 30s cars, 40s cars, 50s cars.
Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. I know, in front of these guys.
You know who you're sitting with on this chair?
I can't wait for this.
Can't have supercars, what?
Right, no, hang on, Yianni, keep the mic.
I'm going to interject here, because if you want to drive at 150 miles per hour on British roads legally, get yourself a vintage car.
Yeah.
Because that way,
you'll feel
like you're driving at 150 miles per hour, but you'll still be only going 40.
Right, stop. Now, Yianni, pick up from what Paul just said. We've got a fight kicking on here. So what are you thinking? I mean, there's no point having these supercars. What's your take on supercars at the moment?
Well, I think... And
the audience, just get it said. You don't need the audience to write.
I do. Guys, is it better to drive a slow car fast or a fast car slow? Better to drive a slow car fast, isn't it? Anyone who's been to Ibiza in the 1990s and driven a 1.2 Renault Clio at 95 miles an hour knows what true speed is. And that McLaren down there, I don't care who you are, none of us on this stage
I appreciate your honesty.
have the talent to drive that car at 70%.
The owner is sitting here, Mark McCann.
He's a great driver.
Hold on.
He's
No,
fantastic.
Who's driving a fast car slow?
Well, I'm sure you drive.
Mark, who's driving a fast car slow?
Genuine tension here, guys. This is interesting.
He never goes above 70 because he's a law-abiding guy.
Mark, let's just briefly go over some of the cars that you've got. What else you got?
We haven't got that much time.
We haven't got that much time, says Yianni.
No, very, very lucky.
Okay, we'll cut to it. Why supercars? What is it about super and hypercars for you? Why not Austin 12?
Do you know what? To me, the difference is I totally agree with classics. I love classics as well. But do you know when you drive along in some of the cars and you see a 3-year-old look at that car and stop in his tracks, he has no idea that that's an expensive car. He has no idea that does 200 miles an hour, and he stops and opens his mouth. And you have a 95-year-old guy, again, he has no idea it's a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, whatever it is, and he stops as well. And that's something which is, and again, like I wish everyone could experience.
Can I stop you for a minute? So you do it for the 3-year-olds?
Do my bit. But yeah, it's amazing to sort of like have that opportunity to sit in it, to rev in it, and all that sort of stuff.
Okay,
But
right.
yeah, for me,
Is it an
one of the
obsession
best
from being
cars
young
I've got-
yourself, though? Has it always been an obsession with those?
For me, like one of my favourite cars is a 205 GTI, a
Right.
Peugeot. And so it doesn't have to be a supercar, it's just another tick box.
And you've got those cars, so you have the experience of those as well. So you're lucky enough to have run across the spectrum. Yianni, what's your take on that, mate? Why is it supercars for you? Why, or are you not? Have you got any early stuff as well?
I've got a car that it's a love-hate one.
What is it?
Cybertruck.
Oh yes, I know about this. Yeah, you've caused some trouble in that scene, man.
I've got a Cybertruck that
Have you still got it though?
I've still got it.
Right.
I've still got it in the UK. I'm not allowed to drive it. Yeah, it's brutal. But MPs were talking about it. The Commission of Police, and listen. They were talking about me more than we're talking about serious issues. It's a Cybertruck.
Wait, let me stop you for a minute. You go, oh, MPs are talking about it. You must be buzzing a bit. I mean, Christ, you buy the Cybertruck and the whole world has gone mad talking about Cybertrucks in the UK, and it's yours.
No, I made it. Do you know what? I'll be honest. It's my fault. I made it too famous, which stopped me from getting it registered in the UK, because you can drive cars on foreign plates. But they were like, no, we're not letting you drive it on foreign plates. It's too big, it's too heavy, the shape of the car, the crumple zone. It's like, there's lorries and trucks on the road, but we can drive them. It's a political thing, it's an Elon Musk thing. I have the car not because I care about Elon Musk or anything else. I love the Cybertruck, and I'm actually gutted I can't drive it. However, I will take it to Cyprus and I'll drive it there for 6 months, and then I'll send it to Dubai and I'll just rent it out.
Right. Do you like the car? Is it good?
I love it. I promise you, it's the best. It's so much fun. I'm gutted I can't drive it. I've lost a fortune on it, but I love that.
Right, you're allowed one car for the rest of your life. Don't say they don't do it.
I don't say you're allowed one car for the rest of your life, but it is a family saloon, and it is not an SUV. It is an ordinary family saloon. What are you going to have?
Okay, so I would have gone Urus Performante, but you said no, so it'd probably be an RS6 then.
I was going to say exactly.
Okay, Bobbie, what are you going to have?
Sitting here between these guys, so I don't go past 2001 in cars. If it doesn't have a windy down window, a spare wheel and a handbrake,
Excellent.
I don't like them, and that's terrible bias. I'm aware of that, so I own it. But to answer your question, I'm on my seventh Peugeot 306.
Really?
There you go.
I've got 6 diesels and a GTI 6 tucked away, so I'd just like to.
Yeah, good cars.
Or am I allowed a Consul Capri again?
Absolutely.
Okay, 1964 Consul Capri would
Good
be
girl.
the final car.
Sweet.
I'll briefly say that I used to have 2 Peugeot 206s, and the one was a diesel, one was a petrol, and I regularly used to misfill the diesel with petrol.
I've done that.
That
That's
thing
your age,
would
love.
get me 10 miles back to my home. I'd only know that I'd filled it up with petrol by accident. Within about a mile of my house, it was like, no. And I'd just get up the hill, gave me just enough to get up there, drain it, fill it with some diesel, run it through, and give it about 5 minutes, and it's back to life again.
Fuel's worth more per car there. Mark, what would be your car?
Old school C63 6.2 litre.
Really, Merc?
So like a 2007 to 2012.
That's the time, that's when they were at their best.
The best car because it was before too much emissions, too much electric
And
problems.
do you own one?
Yeah,
Good.
I love it.
Yeah, he's got every. It's a stupid question. Right, Paul.
Where's the full
Too easy. One car for the rest of my life, Volkswagen Beetle. Has to be.
From which period?
I would say probably 67. Yeah, nice 67. It's usable. It's got slopey lights. GD model. I can fix it. It's the only car I can fix myself.
Okay.
Without help from my brain.
That's pre-oval then. No, that's post-oval.
Post-oval, yeah.
Post-oval.
Just a nice 12-volt car. nice and simple. You can just take it anywhere. It'll work forever.
Great car. Can we have a round of applause for our guests, please? Thank you very much, Yianni, Bobbie, Mark, and Paul. Thank you very much, guys. That was the Tim Shaw Chat Show.
The Tim Shaw Chat Show.